welcome to another Ryan Sports Reviews. Tonight I am reviewing DC United 2, Toronto FC 2, TFC do it again, blow another game, blow away another 3 points right at the end of the game. The goals were scored as follows. In the 5th minute, the ball is given away by Omar Gonzalez. Ola Kamara runs onto it. He shoots, Westberg gets a touch to it, puts it into the post, but it goes in, off the post and in to make it 1-0 DC. Then in the 17th minute, Alejandro Pozuelo gets the ball. DC can't clear the ball, falls to Pozuelo. He puts it into the right corner, middle of the net, 1-1, and that's the way it would go into halftime. Then in the 60th minute, Io Akinola gets the ball. Pablo Piatti gets it to him off a great cross. Short one, but a great cross right to Akinola. He heads it in to make it 2-1. Then, in the 88th minute, Omar Gonzalez has a bad header, falls straight to Griffin Yao, and he shoots banger, near post, 2-2, and that's the way it would end. And I have things to say. I just do. Because this game, it's getting tiring. DC, twice this year, we blow a lead late. 3rd time if you want to count that San Jose game, which you should. But we've blown a lead twice late to DC. 6 of the 15 goals we've given up this year have been past in the last 15 minutes. In the last 15. 3 of those have been to DC. 1 of those have been to San Jose. And, well, the other 2, I forget because, do I want to remember? Honestly not. Honestly not. And, funnily enough, the draw? Probably a deserved result. It probably is. Because our defense was horrible for the first 15 and the last 10. They show up late and they finish early. They show up late, wake up and like, oh, we need to get this under control. Say, we got this game now. Switch off. Then they get beaten. The changes are mind-boggling. They just are. Because every time we're up, in the 80th minute, Vanny makes these tactical changes. Oh, here comes Nephew. Here comes Simon. Here we go. Guess what? Like clockwork, as soon as they come in, you give up a goal. I don't care if it's a game tire, a game loser, or just a goal. There's a reason we don't get clean sheets. Same as last year, but at least last year, we could get in front of it. This year, we have goal scorer by committee. Josie Altidore hasn't scored except 1 goal in his last 13 games. Io Akinola has been great, but he's only scored in 3 games. His 6 goals have came in 3 games. Pozuelo has scored a couple. Lorea scored a couple. Oso scored 1. Piatti scored a couple. It's goals by committee. It doesn't work. It's not sustainable. Half the team is washed. The other half is great. Moro, Josie, they're washed. Omar, hell, he's washed. Let me tell you, this team is in a predicament. Is it a bad thing? We may, very likely, but hey, we may screw it up to Forge, are going into Champions League next year. Is it bad? Let me count the ways. Well, I'd love to be in Champions League, but are we going? We're of course going to do better than 2019, but even losing in the quarterfinals is not Toronto style. It is what it is. But this team, yeah, I'm still going to bet $100 straight up on my 21st birthday in January of Toronto winning the Champions League outright, the whole damn competition, the whole thing. I mean, the odds are going to be like plus 1,700. You think I'd be stupid to take? I wouldn't be crazy enough to take that. I'm going to take it. I either stonks, they somehow win, and I pull a stonks, or they lose, and I only lose $100, but I look like an idiot. But it's bravado, ain't it? I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah, I am. They have a sports book in Alton. Of course I'm going to go up there on my 21st birthday. Are you mad? And if we're in the Champions League, well, that's where $100 is going. I don't need no presents. I'm just going to put $100 on TFC. But that's not the point. All right. This team, we need to make some big changes. Now, I've heard that there is a new young DP rule where you get 3 more slots over the cap for young players under 23. If we keep Gallagher, that's 1, and I think we will. There's 2 more. What do we do with those? Oh, and still would probably need to replace Josie, have an open DP spot there. If they want to keep Piatti, they could. Hell, maybe that option puts him into TAM, so you have 2 new DP spots and 3 young ones. You have 5 to fill. If everything goes to plan, 4 is still enough, though. 4. Young defender besides Gallagher. Facundo Pellistri. Because guess what? I guarantee you that's why the rumor was there for that little young DP thing. That's where the rumor came from, I guarantee you. And I know they're probably going to get him this offseason if that happens. Then another young player, then a DP. Which honestly, at this point, I just say roll with Akinola and Peruzza and Achara at striker. Get a DP defender. That's what I'd say. Let me tell you, this team needs some fixing. They have cracks. You need to fix it. All right. Now, tactically, Vanny's tactics are still horrible. That's a good part of it. But a lot of the team is washed. So, there needs to be some investment in the offseason. But before we get there, we need to finish this season. We need to win the cup. That's all I'm asking for. Voyagers Cup, MLS Cup. I'm asking for 2 things. Because we basically probably just got knocked off the pace for the Supporters Shield because we drew. Columbus is 5 points clear. They just beat Nashville. Philadelphia's probably beaten Montreal. You know what that means? We're at least, at best, going to end up 2nd in the East, if not 3rd. Which that still gives us a home match in the first round after the knockouts in the East. But we're not going to win the Supporters Shield. It's not going to happen. We basically just got mathematically eliminated. 11 games left? You're out of your mind? Unless we win 11 straight. Not going to happen. We ain't getting the Supporters Shield. 5 points down with 11 to go? Against Columbus? Yeah, no. I don't fancy our chances there. So, 2 trophies? That's pretty good. I'm basically saying Supporter Shield's dead right now. I'm saying it. It is. 5 points down with 11 to go against Columbus. You think they're going to drop 5 points and we're going to win 11 straight? That's basically what has to happen. You're out of your mind. Now, we could catch Philly and get over them. I don't know about that, but I'd be a lot more sure about that than Columbus. Let me tell you, no. Wow. This team needs a little bit of upgrading. It just does. This game, like others this year, just show you what it is. This team, half of it is washed, the other half are good, but they're a little bit selfish, but I'd rather have a little bit selfish and good than washed. It is what it is. And it just doesn't mesh. Yeah, they're good enough because of those couple of players. But what is it? What is it? Striker by committee doesn't work. There's just a lot of problems that I'm looking forward to CONCACAF that will get exposed. Yeah, we could finish the season and still win MLS Cup and Voyagers Cup with these problems. Because it's MLS. We're still a good team. I'm looking towards CONCACAF. Because we're probably going back. 98% we're going back. You simulate it 1,000 times, 998, they win Toronto. Talking about Forge versus Toronto. So you look at that and you're like, okay, we're probably going back. Okay, look at all the cracks of this team. I'm looking at stuff that's going to get us exposed in Mexico. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking about MLS because we've proved we can handle. We can come back. We can handle. Yeah, giving up that last goal sucks. I'm worried about later. I know we could still win the Cup. I know we could still win the Voyagers Cup. We could win both MLS Cup and Voyagers Cup. Not the problem. I'm looking towards CONCACAF. In the offseason, this team needs some changes. And I know it's bad that I'm going on this tangent, but damn it, it is a tangent. Because it's just what I feel. The game was boring. Most of the goals were defensive mistakes. No team really dominated. TFC's defense woke up and bared down and then went back to sleep. What can I say? DC wasn't great. They swashbuckled again. Because that's the name of Benny Ball. And how Ben Olsen still has a job, I don't know. Can somebody explain to me how he does? I don't know. So, of course, there's not much to talk about here. It's more about what has happened and what will happen if we continue down this road going into next season. I'm warning y'all. Things need to change after this season is over. After the Voyagers Cup final, because it may be in December, I don't know when it'll be. I think it'll end up being at Rentschler Field in October sometime because that's what the CPL stands want. Either October or forfeit. You've seen Canada Soccer Twitter. You know what it is. So it's either this. Probably it will end up being in October because Canada Soccer doesn't have the balls to tell Toronto this is what you have to do. They're going to use public opinion to force it. Just you wait. I know how they work. I know how they work. It ain't going to be December. If it is, well, I guess they weren't going for public opinion. But trust me, they are. Canada Soccer doesn't have the balls to tell TFC you have to play it there and in October. And if you don't, you forfeit. They're not going to do that to Toronto? You're mad? Hell no. They don't have the cojones. So they're using the public opinion in the stands. It's a ploy. It was a trial balloon. I don't believe December in the slightest. But if it does, I'm sorry, but let's be honest. This year's weird anyway. It is what it is. So, back to the point. I'm worried about stuff in the future. I'm worried about CONCACAF. We need better players. We need better defenders. Julian Dunn better be on the roster next year. Hell, when he comes back from loan, he better be played instead of Zavaleta and Simon. But I'm sure as hell saying he better be played next year. And hell, throw him into the fire at CONCACAF. I think he's good enough. Do it. Do it. Can't be worse. Young DP defender. There you go. Use the young DP slots on good players. Get rid of Gallardo and free up the TAM, but that's another story for another day. Hey, if they could put Piatti on TAM and get 2 new regular DPs as well, that's great. But keep Piatti. But if it's only one, great. I would say young DP defender. Just run with Akinola, Achara, and Peruzza at striker. And then Pellistri and Gallagher is the other 2 young DPs. That's probably what I say, what I think's gonna happen. That's good enough. Morrow, bye. Josie, bye. He's pretty much damn near gone. He's going to Salt Lake. But Morrow, he's got to go. I'm sorry. He's washed. I love Justin Morrow, but he's not the same. He's got to go. Gonzalez shouldn't have that long of a leash. Mavinga, he's the only one out of the starters, big 3, who deserves it defensive-wise. Yeah. Lorea, amazing. Auro, he was injured, but he's still amazing. But Gallagher at the left back, Lorea at the left wing, starting, love it. That's exactly what we need. This team needs some changes. More pace, better defense, faster defenders, center back-wise. Yeah, pretty much simple, and better tactics, but we know that ain't gonna happen. So yeah, that's what I feel. It's stuff that needs to be addressed. It just does. There are things that need to be addressed. It's what it is. So, last message, if you would like to, please donate to the Lebanon Red Cross. The link is still in the description below. If you would like to donate, please help the people of Beirut and Lebanon. Let's help make the world a better place. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Tomorrow, I'm reviewing the Canadian Premier League final, Forge versus Halifax, because Toronto comes first. But I was still going to review it, so you'll see that tomorrow. I'm Ron, and I'm out. Peace.